Welcome back, everyone. I just won my qualifying heat. A lot better performance than my off-camera race where I actually had to go to the last chance to make the main event. But at the last second I decided to quit and just decided that maybe I should put the last chance on the same video because I put the LCQ on another video. Even though I could have posted it, I decided not to. So, anyway, the four guys that are off to the main event from the heat race are Boss, Dowd, Pichon, and Windham. So Henry, LaRocco, Emig, and Ward will have to go to the last chance where two riders will qualify. And Tortelli and Ferry will have to watch from the sidelines. We already know who four of the guys are. Let's see who the other six are. Well, nobody from my heat race made it out of there. So I'm going to say that Huffman and Gonzalez made it, or maybe Brian Deegan made it out, while Raynard, Hughes, Lamson, and Pedro Gonzalez made it out of Heat 2. But anyway, that's my lineup. Boss, Windham, Pichon, Dowd, Huffman, Raynard, Hughes, Lamson, Gonzalez, and Deegan. Let's go.
The race is about to begin. Before the turn, get ready. And the gate is dropped. We are underway with the main event. Boss takes the whole shot and wins the cash.
So far, I've only lost 2 races. Seattle and Daytona. And of course, you already know that the last race will be from Las Vegas, but that won't necessarily be the end. I will still continue to play this game.
11 laps to go. Heat Boss leading the pack.
As I mentioned, and I mentioned this in my qualifying race, but
Gonzalez is down.
Oh, came up short and chased it.
Pedro Gonzalez went down. But Heat Boss, the 2004 World Supercross GP champion, had to defend guys like Fonseca.
Gets by Windham, moving into 5th place.
Raynard gets by Windham, moving to 5th.
Makes a gutsy pass on Hughes.
Dowd gets by Hughes. The Boss had to ward off guys like Huffman, Fonseca, Tyler Evans, Grant Langston.
Still out front.
And basically Boss won that championship because all the top guys got hurt.
Some big air. They're serving pretzels on that flight.
Hughes gets the stun out of the way.
Rider down. That's Pedro Gonzalez.
Pedro Gonzalez goes down again.
Raynard gets him going with his trademark.
It seems to be originating after the finish.
Blasts by Robbie Raynard, moving up into 5th place.
Lamson moves into 5th on Raynard.
Steve Lamson makes a move on Raynard and takes 5th place. Whoa! Steve Lamson rockets past Robbie Raynard. Heat Boss, still our leader.
Heat Boss is young and he's not intimidated in any way. Lots of potential.
Brian Hughes is dropping back.
Brian Hughes.
Brian battle now for 3rd place.
Well,
Brian Hughes falls behind now. John Dowd gets by easily. Mickael Pichon showing off a bit.
I'm coming up on Deegan. I'm trying to put him a lap down.
There's a problem for Pedro Gonzalez.
3 times Pedro Gonzalez has fallen.
Our leader, Boss, around again, still looking relaxed and smooth.
And since I didn't mention this before, Jeremy McGrath was a 6-time winner
Is making his move.
at the Metrodome. Hughes making a move. Because McGrath won here in 6 years.
John Dowd is moving up through the field.
Dowd is moving up. McGrath won.
Drops into 4th place.
McGrath won here starting in 1994, and his last win was in 1999.
Look out, Lampson in trouble.
Boy, this track is getting so tricky.
It's that section after the finish where you got to turn up onto the plateau.
7 laps to go. Boss is the current leader.
Looking smooth.
They seem to be hitting that Pace Motorsports sign,
Into 4th place.
and they wind up falling. Or I got by Huffman, and now I got by Gonzalez.
Big air. And they're serving pretzels on that flight.
Pichon gets a stunt.
Dowd blows right past Ryan Hughes.
Of course,
Ryan Hughes and Dowd are fighting it out.
after McGrath's win streak in the Metrodome ended, the riders to win in the Metrodome in the following years were Billaman and Carmichael,
Ryan Hughes gives his fans quite a show.
before Jeremy announced his retirement.
A stylish move
In 03.
by Robbie Rayner. Heat Boss still out front.
Of course, Voss has been a pro since 1997. He's still going strong today. In fact, he's still racing.
David Bailey is blocked past.
There I go by Windham.
Well, it is if you don't intentionally try to knock your opponent off the course. If it's part of your natural line, it's cool.
Of course, Voss and Windham are the only 2 guys left in this game that are still around today. Everyone else is either retired or
Working the track builder.
paralyzed.
Wet soil.
With wet dirt, you've got to mix in some lime to dry it out. It helps, but the riders know it's still going to get pretty rough.
And I say paralyzed because of guys like Henry and Button.
5 laps to go. Boss leading the pack.
Art, he looks bad.
And speaking of Doug Henry, I'm going to go ahead and...
Is dropping back.
Rayner dropping back. And speaking of Doug Henry, I'm going to go ahead and say right now that for my final race, for race number 16,
The crew and factories aren't big fans of the stunts.
It's all fine until someone crashes or almost crashes.
that for my final race, my first season, I'll say, of EA Sports Supercross 2000, I am going to play as Doug Henry at Las Vegas.
Boss and Robbie Rayner collide.
Let me know he's there.
Heat Boss still leading.
Oh, bumped into Deegan.
There's a problem for Rayner.
Rayner goes down. Coming up on Dowd.
Rider down. That's Gonzalez.
4 crashes for Pedro Gonzalez.
Rayner bringing the crowd alive with another of his patented stunts.
Oh. A mistake there, trying to get around a lapper. Hughes.
Another lap for our leader. Heat Boss is starting to pull away.
Got 2 laps to go.
Lampson showing off a bit. Robbie Rayner gets him going with his trademark. To a fan new to Supercross, David, they might be saying, what's with these stunts?
They might be saying that, Art, but they love it. It's something completely separate from the race. It puts everyone in a good mood. The riders, the spectators, because it's just so much fun.
Our leader, Heat Boss, completes another lap. Oh, there's a spectacular move by Hughes. That's what he's known fourth.
Of course, I have posted a Supercross clip of
Number
Heath
6,
Boss.
John Dowd moves into fourth place.
Dowd was in a fourth. I have posted a
Just passing John Dowd.
Supercross clip
Dowd is moving up through the field.
showing how Boss is one of the strongest riders in the sport. That was at Pontiac 2000 when he had that wild ride in the semi.
Look out, Pedro Gonzalez in trouble.
5 crashes for Pedro.
Boss looks like he's going to make this his race from pole shot to flag.
Heath Boss is really having a great race.
Whoa, they're loving it. Pichon gives his fans quite a show. Steve Lampson grabs some big air. There's serving pretzels on that flight. There's a collision. Gonzalez and Heath Boss.
Well, those guys got tangled bad. Looks like they're okay.
Robbie Raynard went down.
2 crashes now for Raynard.
Steve Lampson cuts to the inside on John Dowd. Gets by him. There's mind games going on.
Looks like Lammy's rented some space in his head.
Could be the whole top floor the way this is going.
The checkered flag, and Boss has won the race. Nobody said anything.
The winner, Heath Boss, takes the main and center stage at the podium.
Boy, that was some really great competition tonight.
I won by 15 seconds over Mickael Pichon. Pichon, whatever. I know some people say Pichon. And of course, as I mentioned before, my next race for EA Sports Supercross 2000 will be from the finale in Vegas, and I will be playing as Doug Henry. And Ryan Hughes ends up in 3rd. So Honda's 1, 2, 3. With Boss, Pichon, and Hughes on the podium. John Dowd ends up in 4th. Steve Lampson ends up in 5th. Robbie Raynard will finish in 6th. Kevin Windham will finish in 7th. Still waiting on 8th, 9th, and 10th to come through. Pedro Gonzalez will finish in 8th. Despite 5 crashes, Gonzalez will finish a good 8th place. Damon Huffman will finish in 9th. And Brian Deegan will finish in 10th. Still waiting on him to come by. And of course, since I've almost raced at all 16 tracks, I'm going to go ahead and say right now that I'm going to start the 2nd season of EA Sports Supercross 2000, but I won't be going to the same tracks in the order I went in. And Deegan will finish, and Deegan just came through for 10th. So, there's your results. Boss, Pichon, Hughes, the top 3. Dowd and Lampson rounding out the top 5. And Raynard finishing in 6th. Kevin Windham in 7th. Pedro Gonzalez in 8th despite 5 crashes. Huffman and Deegan will round out your top 10. And I'll see you guys for that last race where, as mentioned, I will be playing as Doug Henry. Camera is low on battery, but we're about to finish up right now, so catch you guys later. And I'll see you guys for that last race. But before we go, I will say this, I will be making another season, but I won't be going to the same tracks I went to in the order I went in during this first season. I will be going to different, they are the same tracks, but I'm just going to go in a different order. And I will be playing as different riders, too. Some riders I might use again, but the two guys that I won't be using will be Mike Metzger and Brian Deegan, two freestyle riders. There isn't really much for them. There isn't really much that David Bailey will say about Metzger and Deegan. But anyway, that's it, and I'll see you guys for that final race of the first season.